I got some confidence from recent consistency practice. What happens now if I swing out? Okay. Is this something I can keep up? What's up, everybody? It's Saria, and we're starting off again with just some basic hitting here, just warming up, not trying to crush the ball yet, nothing special. I wasn't convinced yet at this point that I was going to be attempting to take some bigger cuts at the ball during this lesson. But before the lesson, my coach Clem was talking about how his strings were likely very close to breaking, and he figured they might have a chance to break during this lesson, and I jokingly told him, well, let's see if I can break them. And depending on how the warm-up went, and if I was feeling loose and confident enough, I was going to start ramping up my intensity. For the first time in a long time. When I first started playing tennis, I was an obscenely and unintelligently aggressive and hard-swinging player, and that led to 6.5 years of bad habits and negative runoff effects, especially mentally. And the last few months, I've been focusing on going in the opposite direction and basically pushing, just trying to convince myself that I am actually capable of putting the ball in play. But by this day, I was starting to feel way better about myself, and I wanted to see what would happen if I incorporated some much higher racket head speed once again. But we'll get to that soon. For now, let's hope the warm-up goes well. And I hope you all enjoyed this one. And another note, it turns out I've been doing Clem dirty by assuming he was upwards of a UTR 12 at his peak. Turns out he was in the 13s near his peak, and he's still listed in the high 12s to this day because he was curious and he recently checked. So yeah, even if things go incredibly well for me for the rest of my life with tennis, that's probably still like at least 4 points higher than I'll ever get. You never know, but yeah, 13, man. Something you may notice is that I'm finally using my right arm as a counterbalance in my topspin backhands. A little bit late in the swing sometimes, but still an improvement. Classic. Alright, I'm going to start gradually ramping up my shots now, especially starting the sequences.
Wow! Dang it!
There's a miss, but it's not a bad miss, and it's not enough to completely dissuade me from doing this. Yeah, I was dead set on rectifying that backhand there.
Come on.
I've got to be less scared at the net and have that belief, but I also just need to get some results up there and work hard to be a proper all-court player. All right, now I'm going to go from some slightly more confident cuts to actually trying to break his strings. Let's see if I can actually keep the ball in the court while hitting a fairly pacey ball. The backhand, I'm still thinking more depth and consistency and spin, but the forehand, I'm seeing if I can pound and get any effectiveness with that. It's feeling really good in the early goings. That's okay. Sometimes we miss. I just took slow lunging steps at that. Bad habit.
Come on. No, dude.
bad stretch here to end the sequences, but I'm still not missing in the first few shots, which is surprising. Okay, let's try crushing the first ball.
I'm trying to break your strings.
Exactly.
So this is feeling pretty incredible, and it's hopefully a sign of what is possible for me if I can keep myself loose, which is difficult. I'm sure he intentionally missed that for my confidence, but it still wasn't that bad of a shot, and not that bad of results for going a lot bigger than usual on my forehand. Wow, that felt special. Maybe one of my first extended stretches of time where you could call what I was doing 4-5 USTA tennis-ish. Again, that's incredibly subjective, but the point is, that felt very heartening. So it's time to come right back down to earth and go up to the net where I am stilted. I just have to work up at the net. I believe I can be effective up here someday, but I've got so many bad habits and so much mental scar tissue. It's all a process. As I watch this back and edit this video, I just caught myself doing something. Every single time I watch the ball approach me as I am about to hit a volley, as I sit in this chair, my legs fully tense like I'm anticipating that somebody is about to hit me full on in the face with a 10-pound steel hammer. If that's what happens to my body when I'm actually hitting volleys, something tells me that's not a good sign. How is this possible? That was better. Okay, that looked more like somebody who's held a tennis racket before. Overheads are still okay. They're improving, but they're not totally comfortable, as you can see. Now we're going to move into some point-ish play, where he's going to give me a feed, and my first ball needs to go cross-court, and then it's open from there. Let's see if my more aggressive hitting can hold up in a more point-oriented situation. And by that, I mean, unfortunately, the last shot is usually going to be me making an error, but how many successful shots can I rack up before that happens?
Yeah, too much.
Yes, I'll take it.
Yeah, back up, back up, back up.
Okay, don't panic. Now I have something to fall back on, because the last few weeks have shown me that I am capable of putting the ball in play when I need to fall back to that. Yeah, once I got the point started, I just naturally took some more confident cuts. Yeah, that was a very successful change of direction down the line, as he noted, and he's going to try to get me to do it consistently now. And we'll see what happens when it's more in my head.
That was not the attempt.
Yeah, that was just supposed to be a normal rally ball. Oops. Yeah, not as successful.
No. Yeah, that's...
I don't remember exactly what I meant there, but a few things to note there. I stood up really tall, I reached really far in front, and as he noted, I set up my feet quite early. And last but not least, that could have been a forehand, and that might have been what I was upset about.
Yeah, even with you running, I gotta do a lot better than that.
I thought my slice was dipping enough. Usually when I hit a dipping pass, he gives me a short ball reply so that I can put it away, but that one must not have been good enough because he hit that ball deep and I was running forward, and so I was in a very bad place.
Oh, come on.
He immediately and effectively addressed that running forehand I dumped into the net, because that's a common issue for me. I need to consciously put height and depth on those. Well, another miss, but at least it wasn't that far from being pretty good.
Come on!
That was. So yeah, it's definitely not all coming together right now, but there are good things in there. This is about as ticked off as I've ever seen him. He's so upset that he missed and didn't punish me for what just happened, and he's about to reveal what that is. Yeah, a lot of hit and miss throughout all of that, but at least we ended this phase of the lesson on a good note. Now, we're going to end off the lesson with point play with serves, so we're going to warm up our serves first, both of us. So I'm going to show off his serve as well. It must be nice to do this as a coach every once in a while, just to be able to warm up your serve and hit the tennis ball without having to think about your student and your 10 UTR difference. I'm probably a UTR 4 to 6, somewhere in there. So, as usual, once we start playing points, he's going to have to ramp his level way down.
Yeah, because it was warm yesterday. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
That's one of my better serves, but it's still so much of a softer sound than his, even when he's probably still just tossing in some really relaxed warm-up serves. Now he's observing my common issue when I try to hit kick serves, which is my fear of letting the ball fall behind my head, because I spent like 2 years framing every single serve, and now he's going to demonstrate that a few times. I'm starting to believe a little bit that I can hit the ball on the strings whenever I actually use a kick toss, so we'll work on it. Did you see the life of that ball movement, even from this unflattering camera angle? As the kids say, goals. This is actually so awesome to watch. The dichotomy in our service motions and the results. The clear disparity in the efficiency of our kinetic chains and all of our little muscle movements. It's interesting to see both of us side to side.
Hopefully.
That's his favorite serve, by the way. Sure, I'll try and hit that spot for him. We'll be working more on placement as time goes on. Okay, now time to do some serve games and return games. I'm going to try to bring that confidence from earlier into this. Let's see if I can...
No.
Am I going to do a replay for a shot that was served up to me during a lesson? Apparently. We start off with a very scared, stiff block return of a 50-mile-per-hour serve, and then here I thought this shot was way better disguised. You could see me running at it from the backhand side the entire time, but it's still one of the more delicate shots that I can remember hitting, because I've got to work on my feel, just like most things. Well, maybe that can give me some momentum.
Well, the backhand was in, I guess.
Even when I make the serve, look how scared it is. Okay, let's pull ourselves together here and try and have a tennis game.
No, dude, come on.
That's a shame, but he's gonna give me a go at the second serve anyway. Again, another look at a second serve. Wow. Okay, pull it together.
No! How did... Oh, that was behind you. Nice. No, I just completely... Nice. Yeah.
Okay, it started looking a little bit more like tennis from me toward the end. Very sobering up until then, but that happens. I am a novice player who is in some ways just now properly learning how to play the game at all. And that's not an excuse, that's just the unfortunate truth. Which, again, leaves me in the optimistic situation of having so much room to improve and having so much to look forward to, hopefully. And hopefully that leaves you with something to look forward to with this channel as well. And hopefully you're enjoying the ride that is being presented to you already. Thank you so much for being here and supporting and watching. Hope you enjoyed this one. I'm gonna keep trying to swing out when I can and play smartly overall, and I need to do some work. We'll see what I can do in 2025. Thank you all for watching. Have a good one.